It has been well said that before God uses a man greatly, he must first break him greatly. God works best through broken vessels who have been crushed by the hammer blows of the devil. The more we desire to be used by God, the greater must be our willingness to suffer for him. There are no easy paths in ministry. Every assignment is a killing place. All of this involves spiritual warfare. And the closer we draw to the front lines in ministry, the more we find ourselves in the crossfire between God and Satan. The taller we stand for the Lord, the more we stand out for the Lord, and the more we will draw the fire of the devil. It has always been this way. Prophets of the Old Testament were a battered band of preachers. Prophet in Old Testament Israel was a lonely man. He was a rugged individualist, singled out by God for a painful task. The record of the lives of the prophets reads like a history of martyrs. Their history sounds like a casualty report from the 3rd Division in World War II. The life expectancy of a prophet was that of a Marine sergeant in combat. The prophet's curse was solitude. His home was often a cave. The desert was his traditional meeting place with God. Nakedness was his wardrobe. A wooden stock, his necktie. His songs were composed with tears. The more we advance to the front lines of ministry for the Lord Jesus Christ, the more we will find ourselves exposed and in a crushing place. It was so with the apostles, as 11 of the 12 reportedly died a martyr's death, and the other, John, served hard time on Patmos. The greatest preacher who ever walked this earth, the God-man, the Lord Jesus Christ, was despised and rejected, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. In the end, he was publicly crucified while only in his 30s, and it was a horrific death, a public execution by crucifixion. Jesus looked into the eyes of his disciples and said, "If the world hates you, since the world hates you, you know that it has hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love its own. But because you are not of the world, but I chose you out of the world, because of this, the world hates you. Remember the word that I said to you, a slave is not greater than his master. If they persecuted me, they will also persecute you." Jesus went on to say, "In this world you shall have tribulation." How wise of God it is for him to bring adversity into your life, and trials, and storms, and lightning flashes, and dark nights of the soul, and difficulty in ministry, and antagonistic elders, and rebellious deacons, and unconverted church members, and shrinking church budget. How wise of God to bring all of these storms of affliction so that you and I would be broken vessels, so that we would walk with a limp, so that we would identify with hurting people that we serve, so that we would be weaned off of this world, so that we would minister with an eternal perspective, so that our faith would grow stronger, so that we would be more humble, so that we would be more Christ-like. not our ways. As high as the heavens are above the